Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable to yourself and relax your body. So keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully Enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to share some basic informations related to meditation, and at the same time, how to develop a very clear, strong spiritual foundation for yourself. So the very first thing we have to understand, this is a journey that we go. So through this journey, what we practice become our life. So then day by day, if you are capable to sharp and clear your practice, so by the time you can gain the result. When it comes to that, especially when it comes to meditation, rather than focusing to long time period, you have to be focused to one single moment and make it right, make it perfect. So that perfect means not the outcome, but your contribution. Can you give your best with awareness, effort, energy, concentration, understanding, focus? So this all mixed together and just one single moment. Be with your primary mental object rather than having any kind of expectations. Because once you have expectations, what happens? That your awareness start to turn towards something else. So, but here, when the mind detached from the expectations, you start to tune to some kind of method to kind of like accept things. Try to understand this very carefully. When the mind detached from expectations, so expectations is kind of like a projecting towards future and try to grasping and try to kind of like a condition yourself. So if you withdraw that nature from you, if you divorce from the future result, in the moment, you are capable to tune and accept. So whatever it is there. So that quality will take you to have the ability to move forward with the very free mind. So another result you gain when you develop this method, when you develop the ability to accept things, as a result of that, what happened when you accept something, the letting go happens. But in the very conventional life, we are trying to let go things, maybe thinking about it, or maybe take it as an event or kind of like ideas. But we are not capable to accept things. So when it comes to meditation, what happens is you don't focus to letting go. You don't try to memorize or think about it. Oh, I have to forget this. I have to let go this, like that. You are completely 100% bring your attention and bring your awareness to the moment, and you accept it. So in that very moment, when you are open to accept something, in that very moment, your awareness or the consciousness naturally let go all the past experience. So in that very moment, you come to kind of like a moment of tranquility state. And at the same time, you have kind of like a contentment. It's kind of like a moment of satisfaction. Not a kind of like a thinking about something and satisfying. This is about being itself in the moment and bring that satisfaction. So that contentment, if you are developing little by little, so by the time it become a foundation for the equanimity. So the equanimity is the very backbone of your spiritual journey. So because the equanimity take you out of the comparison, this dualistic mind. Because otherwise in the conventional life, everything depends on something. And it's kind of like in our mind. It's always we compare things, this to that, here to there, up to down, black to white, dark to light, left to right. So like that. But equanimity, you just settle down, contentment, acceptance, and with the clarity. So that means your awareness. So that process of practice and that process of development of the mind going to bring you different kind of experience. So that experience, if you develop day by day, it becomes your, so you have to practice it. So by the time your mind start to tune to different way of understand about the life, it's not just the surface level, but underneath you are capable to go deeper and see, or you are capable to know beyond the layers. Because most of time we are stuck with the surface level of this experience. And because of that, we miss the opportunity to have this newness. Because we are so quick and we are so into reactions. But when the acceptance comes, when you settle down with the moment and accept it as it is without interfering to it, and give the clarity yourself to see what is the moment of nature. Another thing is your deeper inner core level of life becomes stronger, because to accept things not easy. You always try to make things happen. You always try to go against situations. In the conventional life, we always want to do things the way we want. From childhood and maybe from the sansaric journey, we brought that kind of attitude with us. So then yourself, when you are ready to accept something, remember, you are developing that your inner strength with yourself. And that for that level, if you can uplift yourself, it becomes a kind of like an irreversible strength for you. Because look in day-to-day life with little things sometimes. So when it comes to meditation in the very first level, that observing inhalation, exhalation, to even we go to the 4 foundations, contemplate on the sensation, contemplate on the pain, or the contemplate on the body or the mind or the phenomena. This all, you are not interfering. So you're ready to observe it. And how, from where this interference comes? This interference always comes with the idea of self. I am, me, my point of view, my point of reference. So when the idea of self disappears, this interference not going to happen. Now we reverse. We don't interfere, and as a result of that, what happened? This idea of self become weaker. And in that very level, you slowly will see how deeply this existence happened. When it comes to this body happened because of the food. And the way you think, that your awareness, your consciousness also depend on the some kind of energy that you have in your body. So in case, if you stop eating after few hours, few days, that what you feel, what you see going to change. So the body depend on the food. And at the same time, this whole eye, ear, nose, tongue, that and the mind also depend from the eye object, ear object, nose object, tongue object, body object, mind object. So the thing is this, when it comes to this eye object, the moment of experience, that the contact happen, out of the contact, the sensation arise, and out of that sensation, the consciousness arise. So there is no kind of like a permanent, unchangeable something come to you out through your eye. That whatever you see around you, that all change. That all changeable objects. And if it is a material thing, it's also, you will see there is an expired date, and by the time these things will change. And it not happen overnight, it's always in a process. So this eye also same. This eye, the physical eye also always change. So then the eye object is the food for this eye, and then eye consciousness arise. Another way we can call nourishing through the eye object. When you see, when you have the desire to see, your eye start to become so beautiful, shining. Because that desire to see bring the energy to eye to see things. And when you see something you like, it make your eyes so beautiful. So that way, it's kind of like your eye get nourished. And the ear the same. Nose the same. Tongue the same. Body the same. So the thing is this, you have to understand. So whatever you see, there is no unchangeable, permanent soul going to come to you. So all the changeable things nourish your eye. All the changeable sound nourish your ear. All the changeable aromas nourish your nose. Nose here means the nose consciousness. All the changeable things nourish your tongue. All the changeable things nourish your body. All the changeable things nourish your thoughts, mind. So that is your life. Beyond your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, there is nothing. That is everything. And then you get nourished out of always from these changeable things. There is nothing that you have unchangeable something. Even the food we eat. Look, all the food we eat change moment by moment, moment by moment. Eating changeable food, how you can develop unchangeable soul, self? That is the question you have to ask. If you get nourished out of from all the changeable things, how this unchangeable something going to be inside us? So then you have to understand there is nothing like that. And you can see this once that you minimize the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind objects. What happens as a result of that? What you experience going to change. So for the body, if you don't eat, what will happen? This body will get weak. And the eye, if you don't see things, this eye will get sick. That's why as a punishment, sometimes people put prisoners to dark room. They don't allow anything to see. It's kind of like giving hunger to eyes. It's very painful. It's not easy. We always like to see things. So as a punishment, that's why they put people in the dark room. So after many years in the dark room, when they come out, what happened to their eyes? It already died. They can't kind of like be in this light. And as a punishment, and at home, sometimes when you get mad with your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, brothers, sisters, partners, loved ones, neighbors, what you do when you get mad, angry? You don't talk to them. Why you don't talk to them? You want to punish. How are you going to punish them? Being silenced. So that means what? That means for their ear, your voice is something. So now you don't give it. Now you don't give it. And other person also, maybe you also get worried, disappointed, unhappy, sad. when someone don't talk to you, especially loved ones, when you want to hear that. And if the person don't talk to you, and then you feel sad. So the smell the same. Invisibly, we are so bound to this smell. And even for our own body, smell and environment, we are so bound to that. We are so dependent from that. Then if you know about the around like 1960 in America, this hippie culture, when they developed, with that there was something came to this Western world, that is sandalwood. They so into this smell. They get nourished. They kind of like went crazy. So it smell and the food, the food. Just imagine that we always like to eat whatever we like to eat, and if you are capable to eat, and then you know it is the happy life. And sometimes when you want to kind of like show that you are against something, you may know sometimes people do hunger strike, and even sometimes when you want to punish others, as a punishment, sometimes you don't give it to eat. When you want to reject somebody, you don't give to eat. And as a friendship, as to show, as kind of like a way to show our friendship. And when you like somebody, you like to eat together. So eating together, it is just not only that we eat food. It nourishes our entire life. And sometimes that's why if that kind of like, if you share the same meal and eat together, it's not just the meal itself. It deeply shows that how you are connected with that person. So you get nourished your consciousness out of being together and sharing food. So this nourishment, it's go into deeper to our bloods. It's not a kind of like this raw level of food. And the thoughts the same. And most of time, when you have the same kind of thoughts, you are so connected with that people. If they have the different thoughts, even they get married, sometimes they divorce. Oh, I don't like the way you think. Oh, I'm not like that person. I don't think like that. It always separate you. So how about people think the kind of like the same way? They feel so comfortable to be with. So what does that mean then? This is how we nourish our life. So that's mean what? Out of your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, you always keep eating. Eating what you like. That's what make your life like this. That make your consciousness arise. And if you don't have it, what will happen? This consciousness going to change. And that's mean you change your life. So then only thing you have to understand, out of this experience, there is nothing that you can gain permanent, unchangeable, something to you. always you input everything changeable things. And even head to toes, the inside this body, there is no any single atom or place, that unchangeable place. Everything head to toes always 24/7 change. And this all belong to the energy, and the very nature of the energy is a vibration. If there is no vibration, no energy. So what is the meaning? The vibration means the change the pattern. So that is what the very nature of life. So then how you can think there is something unchangeable inside you? So then once you know this, another thing is 5 aggregates: form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition, this all process change. And once you know this, so today we just try to understand it through this outside things. Because once you know this, everything change moment by moment, moment by moment, it is very easy for you to understand out of this moment of experience, whatever come to your mind also change. But the thing is, even though this all come to us in kind of like a changeable way, but when it come to our mind, once it become our experience, we hold it to that. We reflect on it. We remind it. We repeat it again and again and again and again. And because of that, what happens by the time it kind of like become kind of like a shadow inside us, kind of like a permanent. It is there. Even you experience something, it is there. So whatever happened to you yesterday, it is there. So why that whatever happened yesterday, it happened, why it is still in your mind like that? Because when that moment happens, in that very moment, you hold that idea as something. That's why. And it became a habitual pattern for us to hold things in our mind as something. It's not happened today. It has a long history. In this samsaric journey, we used to think like that way. So that's why it happened to us naturally. So, but through meditation, now we are capable to settle down in the moment without interfering to the moment of experience, and developing some kind of tranquility state and having the calmness in us. Because when you have that calmness, what happens? This cravingness going to disappear. So once you don't have the cravingness, the calmness arises, and out of the calmness that you have the contentment. So once you have that contentment, it is easy for you to settle down. And once you settle down, now you can see this moment of experience, even with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, so whatever, from where whatever the perception perceived to you, it changed. And once you know that, you are not going to hold it. Only thing is, you have to see this. Because without seeing this, without having the self-experience, intellectually, just by understanding on the surface level, you can't take it like a dharma. You can't take it as a kind of like something, kind of like a wisdom. Wisdom always come out of the experience. So then yourself always remember, on the surface level, practice point of view, as ordinary people, for us, this information will help you to know, even though deeply your subconscious mind take the experience as permanent, now you heard it is not like that. So it will give a kind of like a guidelines for you. It will make a path for you to walk and practice yourself a little bit, because now you are heading towards something which you heard there is no permanent something. So then it will help you. It's kind of like giving you a shine. It giving you a light to walk through this darkness and get the experience. So then always remember that whatever you get nourished, all the food you eat, not only from your mouth, all your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and this everything. So everything always changes. And then remember that simple truth. If you get nourished out of changeable things, how the unchangeable person can exist inside, or soul, or self, or person, or being, how it can exist like that? Because it nourished from always changeable things. Through the tranquility meditation, once the mind tranquilizes, and the vipassana meditation, that means thoroughly, deeply, when you observe that from every angle, in many ways, like the goldsmith, rubbing, brushing, cleaning, cutting, washing, and try to analyze the gold, the same like whatever experience come to you, you take it and use all the method. Not only one method in Vipassana, remember, you're not bound to any method. You use your awareness from each and every angle and using all the methods to see this moment of experience, what it is it permanent or is it change? How it happened? So then you recognize that whatever the moment of experience happened as a result of something. That's the only thing you need to know. When you know that what you experience happened because of something, right away, the mind back up. Mind not going to go with the result. Because mind know there is something else. And once you have that, little by little, you are now not interfering to situation. And now you are capable to recognize. And then that recognition will take you to understand the reasons. And once you know the reasons, you are capable to change it. But our problem is what? Without recognizing, without seeing reasons, we try to change the world. We can't. It's not going to happen. That is what we do. We always struggle with situations. We always struggle with outside. We always juggling, we always wrestling with the outside, this outcome, without seeing the reason or without recognizing the very core reason or without seeing the fundamentals. But when it comes to the Buddha, remember, the very method to analyze anything, first recognize what it is. So that's why when it comes to Four Noble Truth, dukkha, suffering, first you should know what is suffering. And once you know what is suffering, then you are capable to see the cause of suffering. And then if you are capable to see the cause of suffering, then you can go deeper more, how to change it. And then you can follow the path. So you can apply this to anything. Even when you go to a doctor, if you get sick, if you have a disease, first you have to analyze and understand what it is. And then the cause. So once you recognize what it is, then you are capable to recognize what it is. If it is truth, what will happen? We all going to find out, we all going to see the same thing. It's not going to, we're not going to come with different reasons when it comes to suffering. So world is suffering, so that doesn't mean that only one incident. So what is the world means here? There are few ways. One is this outside existence, earth, universe, this also world. And another thing, world means head to toes your body. Your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, that everything world. So when the world is suffering means it's not about that whatever exists that outside. This head to toes, this entire thing suffering. So this sufferings here is not a kind of like a very negative method of like a always painful. Suffering means is always into struggle. That's the thing. That is what called suffering. Just imagine then yourself. Why you have to sleep? Why you have to wake up? Why you have to eat? Why you have to work? And why you have to do other things? That's everything. There is a reason something, and if you don't do that, what will happen? So then you are always in a struggle. You can't stop it. You can't see how many sometimes, you know, how many times you get tired about cooking. And sometimes how many times you get tired about eating. You know, sometimes you get tired about sleeping. And sometimes you get tired about just awaking. And sometimes you get tired about working. And sometimes you get tired about not working. But can you maintain it that way and keep it like that? No. In the very next moment, you jump to again to do something. You get tired about eating, then maybe after 2-3 hours, again you have to eat. See, that nature itself called suffering, a struggle. You can't escape from it. And then, if you look very carefully, how to stop this? The way to stop this, the final result, stop becoming. So then you have to go into the reason why you become like this. You become because of the karma. And why the karma happened like that? Because of the intention. So then why the intention is there? Because of the desire. And also why the desire is there? Because the idea of self. So now you know there is no self like that. This everything change. So that will help you to reverse the pattern. So then once the idea of self disappear, the desire cannot exist there. There's no way the desire can arise without the idea of self. So once the desire is not there, the karma is not going to happen. Once the karma is not there, the becoming not going to happen. When the becoming is not there, struggle is not going to happen. When the struggle is not there itself, world is not going to happen. When the world is not there itself mean nibbana. So that's how this process works. So it is capable, but it's mostly you have to work with inside your mind, because that is what this everything. But we don't recognize that. We always go behind the outside something. So the meditation is the method. It's give you a moment to settle down and experience it, recognize it, understand it yourself little by little. So just one millisecond, try it. And then that's enough. Do your best, give your best, experience to the highest. And then 1 second enough. And then go to another second and just maintain 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. And then you will see your duration expand. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck hit straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself. And say Swapateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, in this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. So when it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ettavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.